Pirate Legos, Castle Legos, Lego Friends, Jurassic Park Lego. Hey Pop Kids, I was just looking online at some really cool Lego sets. When I was a kid, I'd spend hours building things with Legos and then taking them apart and building something new. But I also have a very special memory with Duplos. You know, those bigger sized Lego bricks that are safer for younger Pop Kids to play with? When I was your age, my whole grade school got to go to a science museum. But I didn't even see much of the museum that day because when I walked in the doors, I stopped at the first display I saw. It was a city made of Legos, and this pile of Duplos was next to it. Well, there's no way I was gonna pass up the Lego section of this museum. It turns out the pile of Duplos was there to teach kids about architecture. That's a fancy word for designing and making buildings. And next to the bricks was a section to build your own skyscraper on. With a twist. This pad for making your building had a big knob next to it that would shake the plate from slow to fast. It was to show why buildings need to be built safely so that they don't fall down when things like wind and earthquakes and other things like that shake them. And don't worry, Pop Kids, the buildings you're in, that you go about in, they're safe and lots of people make sure of that. Well, I was going to start building and I remembered something that I read in the Bible that Jesus said. In a book called Luke, chapter 6, verses 47 and 48, Jesus gives a lesson on architecture, on buildings. He said, "I will show you what it's like when someone comes to me, listens to my teachings, and then follows it. It's like a person building a house who digs deep and lays the foundation on solid rock. When the floodwaters rise and break against the house, it stands firm because it is well built." Well, so I built a really sturdy and strong foundation on that Lego skyscraper that I wanted to design. And I kept building and building and building some more. It was enormous. But then came the test. I turned the knob on and to 1, then to 2, then to 3. The building was shaking but still standing. Then to 4. Then a kid who couldn't stand watching me turn it up so slowly walked up and turned it all the way to 10. I was frozen. What was going to happen? But can you guess what, Pop Kids? The building stood. No amount of shaking would make it fall down. I even have a picture of it. See, that's me, standing next to the tower. And look how tall it was. I even learned that it was the tallest tower any kid had made there by far. Pretty cool, huh? And to think, it's because of a building tip from Jesus. When we build our life, the choices we make and how we treat others, building our life on the things Jesus taught us is like a thick brick Lego foundation. And when life gets you a little shaken up by the things that happen, no amount of shaking can bring you down. It's like having a nice, safe building to hang out in. So how might Jesus be teaching you this week like he did in my story? Think about it.